Welcome, you're watching Kaleidoscope Sri Life News Capsule. 2024 was a good year for Sri Lanka. We went into deflation after a 7% peak early in the year. Our official reserves went from 4.4 billion to 6.5 billion US dollars. We've been making our payments and the central bank has bought forex at a historic level while our currency appreciated by 10%. Our current account has a surplus and the budget's primary balance has improved. Investors have renewed interest, it seems. What can we expect from our economy going into 2025? Here to discuss is Dr. Sujeetha Jegajeevan, the Director of Economic Research at the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. What did you see as challenges in 2024 for Sri Lanka?
At the beginning of the year, there were a lot of uncertainties. And this year being an election year, there were a lot of speculations and uncertainties about the way forward, policy consistencies. But we managed to continue the key policies and key commitments that the country had with the IMF as well as with the creditors by continuing the debt negotiation. And on the global side, there has been some disturbances with this geopolitical tension. But in overall, global side also has been relatively favorable for the country.
How much of an impact has the global economic performance had on Sri Lanka?
It has been relatively favorable compared to previous years. If you talk about the key items that the country is importing, especially the key commodity items like crude oil, LP gas and coal, the prices have come down compared to last year. So the country has benefited from that. Our import bills on these items have been lower, and that has been passed through to domestic prices with some reduction in petrol and other fuel prices. Geopolitical tension is creating some uncertainties on the way forward, even though current projections suggest that the crude oil and major other energy prices are going to be lower over the medium term. We never know. The US election outcomes and the change in policies in US can have favorable as well as unfavorable impact on Sri Lanka. We will have to wait and see.
What are the key takeaways about Sri Lanka's economic performance in 2024?
For Sri Lanka, the biggest problem we had in the past was macroeconomic imbalances and instability that led us to fall into a balance of payment crisis and relying on IMF program continuously, repeatedly. And currently that imbalances have been largely adjusted, corrected, and we have a strong macroeconomic stability at present. So the key takeaway is we shouldn't be reversing from these hard-earned gains. We should continue from this point onwards. And also the history has shown us the importance of building buffers in all sectors, especially the external sector and fiscal sector, because we are a small open economy. We are prone to external sector shocks. So we should be ready with buffers. So we should build buffers. And since the stability has been restored, now our focus should be on inclusive growth. So that will benefit all segments of the population.
What do you see going forward into 2025 from a macro perspective?
Compared to last few years, we are starting the year with a very strong footing, strong fundamentals on macroeconomic stability and financial system stability. So we should continue with this path. So last year in 2024, we will be growing around 5%, but sustaining that 5% will be difficult for us. So we should ensure that we are sustaining this growth, because there has been output losses because of repeated economic shock. So we have to grow fast to catch up with the world. So we should have appropriate growth promoting policies, and we should attract more investment, because last year we relied mostly on program financing and project financing from multilaterals. So we should attract both domestic investment as well as foreign investment, and we should make sure that those investments are utilized in revenue generating and forex generating activities. And we should ensure that we have a better doing business conditions in the economy, so that investors will be attracted. By recovering quickly, the country has already created a better image about Sri Lanka among many investors. So with this policy consistency and addressing corruption vulnerabilities, will help us to ensure that we are banking on this stability.
Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us for more.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Sri Lanka Life.